Hello, everybody. Episode number 7, anxiety, and we're going to talk about it. We are going to stomp out all anxiety, make it go poof. That's what we're going to do. All right, so on episode 7, first thing I want to talk about, this is 7 straight days that I've made a video, and I'm the type of person that if I say I'm going to do something, I do it. And so hopefully the fact that I've gone 7 straight days is a good example of that. Okay, so yeah, it's this ironic moment. So yesterday's video, I talked about getting out of your comfort zone. Well, I knew that I was going to take a trip today, but it didn't cross my mind that, hey, this is going to be way outside of my comfort zone. So, me and a cousin of mine who I haven't hung out with probably in a year and a half, took our four wheelers and we hauled them up to a hunting lease that we have in East Tennessee. And it's just a real nice farm. It's got logging roads all the way throughout it. And so we take our four wheelers up there and we take off. Everything is fine. And we get way back in the woods. And we come up on a house way back in there on the edge of the property. And we'd never seen it before. I didn't even know it was there. Actually, when we were riding up on it, I thought it was a barn, but it wasn't. It was actually a pretty nice house. Well, two dogs, big dogs, come running out. Well, I tell Matt, my cousin, I said, hey, we two dogs are coming. He's like, oh, I see them old things. I said, they're big. And he's like, I ain't worried about that. So we keep on going. Well, the dogs, came up pretty close, but they stopped because we got our four-wheelers out of range. And we run on, we keep going. Well, we come up to a dead end where we just hit the logging road, just ran into a bunch of little bitty trees, and we couldn't go no further. And I'm like, oh man, we have to turn around and go back past these dogs. Now, I tell Matt, I'm like, hey, we need to pick up some sticks in case we have to, fight our way past these big dogs. And of course, it's just so funny because he doesn't have any form or type of anxiety whatsoever. And he's like, oh, I ain't worried about them dogs. I'll kick them in the head, And I'm like, say what you want. I'm picking up a stick because they're big. So I get a stick, put it on my four-wheeler, and we take off driving. And riding back up through there, and sure enough, here they come. But I'm just right behind him. We're in like third gear, flying past them, and we get past them. But said all that to say, this was the first time that I got anxious. Well, of course, maybe some of you understand this. Well, when we got past the dogs and we were out, my anxiety didn't just go away like it would on a normal person. It kind of just stayed there, And it's trying to run my good time, but I didn't let it, just kept telling myself I'm fine, everything's fine. He knew it was going to be fine. The dogs weren't in any danger, just keep telling myself positive affirmations. This is what I have to do. And this is what I recommend that you do is when you get in a situation where you're anxious, tell yourself the truth, about what's going on. Don't let your mind or your anxiety tell you what's going on. Okay, so we get out of that. We get to have doing some more riding, whatever. Well, we get back to the truck, and Matt says, let me show you one more thing. And there was a gravel road, big gravel road. Well, I had never seen this gravel. I'd passed it, but I'd never been down it. So we get on this gravel road and we take off down it, and we're doing, probably 20, 30 mile an hour on our 4-wheeler, 40 mile an hour, whatever. And we come up on this spot where it's just this big, huge drop off. And when I looked over, I was like, oh my goodness, you know, anxious person anyway, you know. And here I am on a 4-wheeler looking over this big, huge bluff, you know, because I'm on a gravel road. I'm in no danger, but here again, he's having, you know, somebody without anxiety is having the time of their life. Just, oh, look at the beauty. Look at this. There's a creek down there. Me being used to be riddled with anxiety. I'm looking at this like, oh my gosh, how did I get here? You know, but look, so basically, I get through all that, you know, and it was so ironic that I just yesterday made a video on getting outside of your comfort zone and baby steps. And when you survive and thrive through these, then that gives you a weapon to use to go a little bit further, you know. So you're like, man, you know, hey, just yesterday, you know, or like just a couple hours ago, I was just riding a 4-wheeler looking over a Bluff Ridge, you know, for lack of a better word, and I'm here to tell the story about it. You know, I didn't die, even though you told me 1,000 times that a tire was going to fly off your 4-wheeler, your brakes was going to fail. You know, just all this nonsense that was trying to ruin my good time. But I didn't let it. I didn't let it win, and I made it through it. And actually, when we got down to the very bottom, turned around on the ride up, I forced myself to enjoy, you know, the views, some of the scenery. Now I can't say that it was perfect or I was perfect at this, but I did it. The ride back up, I just kept trying. Just kept working on myself, and I think this is absolutely the path moving forward for me is getting outside of my comfort zone, enjoying life, not just surviving life. I want to thrive life, if I can coin that phrase. I want to thrive in this life. I do good. I do so good in all, you know, other areas of my life. It's just this. I got this one mental thing, and I'm just an anxious person by nature, and I can accept that. But what I can't accept is it running my life. I run my life, not my brain, and that's what I want to get through to myself. I want to convince myself. I'm going to brainwash myself into you are healthy, Michael. You are anxiety free. It's weird, man. This video's too long. I'll tell this story in the next one. But 7 days in a row, I've made a video. I got way outside my comfort zone today, and I survived it. Man, and here's something I want to tell you real quick. When my anxiety just started hitting me, you know what my brain was saying? You're anxious, and guess what? You don't have any alcohol to combat this. You don't have any Xanax to combat this. You've got nothing. You're way back in the woods. No one can help you. You're not getting out. Look, I got out of it. I didn't need anything to get me through this. Okay, I'm about I think 33 days from my last major panic attack. So it's not like I got a ton of time, you know, under my belt between last major panic attacks. But hey, look, I've made a ton of changes in my life since that last major panic attack. And this video is getting way too long. I'm trying to keep these short, but the major changes: positive affirmations, no alcohol whatsoever, limited coffee, making these videos trying to keep the stress level down. I'm sure there's more, and I will compile a list. But yes, this is working, and I'm going to get over here now. Like, subscribe, peace. Have a great one. Bye.